Belgium. Belgium is often associated with order, strong institutions, and high living standards. Yet despite this reputation, it consistently records one of the highest robbery rates in Europe. Most robberies in Belgium are not violent holdups, but opportunistic crimes such as pickpocketing, bag snatching, and phone theft. These crimes thrive in crowded urban environments where anonymity is easy to maintain. Public transport hubs like subway stations, tram stops, and major train terminals are especially vulnerable. During rush hours, overcrowding allows criminals to operate unnoticed, often stealing valuables before victims realize what has happened. Tourists are frequent targets, particularly those distracted by luggage or unfamiliar surroundings. Belgium's high reporting rate also plays a role in its statistics. Victims are more likely to report thefts, which increases official figures. While the country remains relatively safe overall, petty robbery remains a persistent urban issue, especially in dense metropolitan areas. United States. United States is one of the world's most powerful nations, but it also experiences significant levels of robbery, particularly in certain urban centers. Crime rates vary widely by region, with some cities recording far higher incidence than others. Large metropolitan areas with economic inequality and high population density are especially affected. Robberies in the U.S. range from street muggings and convenience store holdups to more organized armed robberies. While advanced surveillance and policing technologies exist, criminals have adapted, often exploiting human behavior rather than security systems. Many robberies occur in poorly lit areas, parking lots, or neighborhoods with limited police presence. In cities like Detroit and other economically distressed areas, robbery rates are notably high. Factors such as poverty, unemployment, and drug-related crime contribute heavily. Despite strong law enforcement capabilities, the sheer scale and diversity of the country make consistent crime prevention a constant challenge. Uruguay. Uruguay is often viewed as one of South America's more stable nations, yet it experiences relatively high robbery rates, especially in tourist areas. Crime tends to increase during the summer months when beaches and coastal cities fill with visitors. Many robberies are non-violent and involve pickpocketing or theft of unattended belongings. Criminals often blend in with tourists, making them difficult to identify. Beaches, public squares, and nightlife districts are common hotspots. Even with regular police patrols, criminals wait for moments when enforcement is out of sight. Tourists are frequently targeted because they carry valuables and may be less aware of local risks. Some theft rings use distraction techniques, while others exploit moments when people relax their guard. Although Uruguay remains safer than many regional neighbors, robbery continues to be a concern tied closely to tourism and seasonal population surges. Ecuador. Ecuador has experienced rising robbery rates, particularly in major cities and transport corridors. While violent crime exists, most robberies involve theft without serious physical harm. Pickpocketing, bag snatching, and deception-based crimes are common. One of the most dangerous trends involves criminals posing as taxi drivers. Victims are picked up and then forced to withdraw money from ATMs or surrender valuables. These incidents often happen late at night or in unfamiliar neighborhoods. Economic challenges and rapid urban growth have contributed to increased insecurity. Although police presence has improved in recent years, criminals remain highly adaptive. Tourists and locals alike are advised to avoid unregistered transportation and remain cautious in crowded areas. Ecuador's robbery problem reflects broader regional issues, where economic inequality and organized street crime intersect, making theft a daily risk rather than a rare occurrence. South Africa. South Africa struggles with one of the highest robbery rates in the world. The roots of this problem are deeply tied to historical inequality, poverty, and unemployment. Many communities still face limited access to economic opportunity, creating conditions where crime flourishes. Street robberies, home invasions, and armed muggings are common, particularly in urban centers. Organized gangs often target individuals who appear defenseless or distracted. In some areas, robberies occur in broad daylight. Despite efforts by law enforcement, crime remains widespread due to limited resources and social challenges. Robbery statistics show dozens of incidents per 100,000 people annually, making it a daily reality for many residents. South Africa's robbery crisis is not simply a policing issue. It reflects decades of structural inequality that continue to affect public safety today. Mexico. Mexico faces widespread robbery issues, largely influenced by organized crime and drug-related violence. While cartel activity dominates headlines, everyday robberies affect ordinary citizens far more frequently. Street gangs commonly target pedestrians, homes, and small businesses. Armed robberies are not uncommon, and public perception of insecurity is extremely high. Surveys consistently show that a majority of residents feel unsafe in daily life. Criminal organizations evolve rapidly, often staying ahead of enforcement strategies. Even as the government prioritizes security reforms, robbery rates remain high due to corruption, weak local policing, and the sheer scale of criminal networks. For many Mexicans, robbery is not an abstract statistic. It's a lived experience that shapes daily behavior and movement. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is known for its natural beauty and tourism, but it also experiences high robbery rates, especially in coastal and tourist-heavy regions. Criminals frequently target visitors who appear relaxed or distracted. Beach thefts, armed muggings, and vehicle break-ins are common. In some cases, taxi drivers cooperate with criminal groups, transporting tourists to isolated areas where robberies occur. Although Costa Rica lacks a standing army and relies heavily on civil policing, its security infrastructure struggles to keep pace with rising crime. Tourists often underestimate risks due to the country's peaceful image. Robbery in Costa Rica highlights how tourist economies can unintentionally attract organized theft networks that exploit temporary visitors, unfamiliar with local dangers. Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic has long battled robbery linked to drug trafficking and organized crime. One of the most common tactics is the drive-by robbery, where criminals quickly approach victims, steal valuables, and flee before help arrives. These crimes often occur in cities and on highways. Drivers may be tricked into stopping due to staged accidents or fake emergencies. Once stopped, they are robbed at gunpoint. Urban congestion and limited surveillance make escape easy for offenders. While police patrols exist, response times can be slow. Tourists and locals alike are vulnerable, especially during nighttime travel. The country's robbery problem reflects broader security challenges tied to transnational crime routes and economic disparity. Argentina. Argentina is one of South America's wealthiest nations, yet it records extremely high robbery rates. Theft and robbery account for more than 70% of reported crimes nationwide. Tourists are especially affected during peak travel seasons. Street muggings, phone theft, and bag snatching are common in major cities like Buenos Aires. Criminals often work in coordinated pairs or groups, making escape fast and efficient. Economic instability and inflation have worsened crime levels, pushing more individuals toward theft. Despite strong legal institutions, enforcement struggles to deter repeat offenders. Argentina's robbery statistics reveal how economic pressure and urban density can drive crime even in relatively developed nations. Chile. Chile ranks as one of the worst countries globally for robbery rates. Despite political stability and economic growth, public safety infrastructure has not kept pace with urban expansion. Robbery is the most common crime, affecting hundreds of people per 100,000 annually. Street theft, muggings, and organized pickpocketing rings are widespread, particularly in major cities. Criminals exploit limited surveillance coverage and slow response times. Tourists often underestimate risk due to Chile's modern image, making them easy targets. Chile's case shows that economic progress alone does not guarantee safety. Without parallel investment in security systems and enforcement, robbery can flourish even in stable societies.